As we move from center towards the wall of a tube, what will happen when a liquid is taken on an elevated or a slant surface? If you just imagine a molecule is taken on a slant surface, if I take the molecule in this way, I place a molecule, let us say I have placed two types of liquids on this slant surface. In one case, I have taken water, in another case, I have taken honey. A honey drop is placed on a slant surface and water drop is placed. You can see the water drop will fall immensely fast on the surface, making the surface wet. This surface gets wet. You can see the surface will remain wet after, even though the water drop has fallen. It is not that the entire drop is falling, and you will see that the surface left over is not dried. The surface still gets wetted, making the surface wet. The drop falls with a greater speed. The speed with which is high. The speed with which the water drop falls down is going to be high. But when you observe this, when you observe, if I am taking an approach like this, if I say the honey drop, let us divide the honey drop into the layers for our understanding. Slowly you will see the first layer reaches the down. Then the second layer comes, third layer comes, fourth layer comes, fifth layer comes, sixth layer comes. So every single layer, the top layer becomes the bottom layer. Again, the top layer becomes the bottom layer on which the surface falls. Again, the top layer becomes the bottom layer, falls. Every them top layer becomes the bottom layer, goes up. So that means if you observe this particular movement of this, layer by layer, you will observe the formation of the drop moving from the height h to the bottom. It layer by layer movement can be clearly understood when you study the honey drop movement from a particular height of a slant table. You can clearly see in this particular process, if you observe, it is not the entire drop is falling at a time. Layer by layer formation, you can see. So the one which is having the force, more force, you can see moving from the bottom. If you see from the surface to the top, from the surface to the top, the surface molecule is more tightly packed to the rigid body, where as we move from the bottom to the topmost surface or topmost layer, the top layer is ready to displace, followed by the next layer, followed by the next layer. So there is some opposing force acting on each layer. In the free movement of another layer, there is some opposing force that is acting. If you observe this, as we move from the center towards the walls of the tube, the velocity of the liquid keeps decreasing. This can be clearly understood if you see from this particular center, let us say from this point, if you see down, what is that you are understanding as we move down to this particular layer? You can see this particular layer is nearly stable and non movement. It is no movement that can be observed. It is nearly stationary, fixed. Velocity is nearly zero. As we move down to the surface, we see the velocity is decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. The velocity is more on the outer layer. As we move go deeper into the liquid layers, the velocity is going on decreasing. There is a descent in the velocity of that particular one. The gradation in the velocity on going from one layer to another within the liquid can be observed clearly. And what is that we will observe in this? We observe there is some resistance offered or friction is being operated between the layers adjacent to each other. There is some resistance offered or frictional force is operated between layer and layer due to the attractive forces. If I say this is a molecule forming one layer, there is another molecular layer. If I am saying this particular one, there are some forces of attractions operated between them. If I'm making this layer to move, then the forces of attraction will be dragging them. What will happen? These molecules will drag the forces. They will be dragging this particular one. They will be dragging the molecule in this direction. So there will be some force of attraction operated between the layer and layer, which is responsible for the frictional force or the resistance offered by one layer over the other layer. And that frictional force or the resistance of flow of liquid is called as viscosity, and it is also defined as the force of friction which one part of the liquid offers to another. This is called viscosity.